Welcome our moderator, the founder and CEO of 360 Agency, the Bella Tish Galindo.
Hello. How's everyone doing? Buenas tardes, bonito día.
And now, to begin our fireside chat on procurement opportunities at the 2028 Olympics, the 2026 World Cup, and the Paralympics, can we welcome the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, the lovely Maria Salinas. And this man does not need an introduction. He is the chairman of the Los Angeles Latino Chamber of Commerce. Give it up for Darrel Sauceda.
Awesome. Welcome, guests. Good afternoon. Bonito día. Saludos. Wow, the energy in this room. Exciting to see so many business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. Welcome to the Latino Chamber of Commerce Expo. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause. Darrel, Sauceda, your wife, Anna, your team. Wow, you have this idea, you have this dream. And look at this room, 300 individuals who are building, creating, and just living the dream. I actually smell a lot of money and a lot of success in here. And with us today, like our honorable guests, thank you for giving us your time, Maria Salinas, CEO and President of the Chamber of Commerce, and we have some gems to drop on you today. I know we're excited to hear about LA 28, but before I do that, I do want to introduce myself because I believe I have a connection to you. I am Leticia Galindo. I go by Tish. The agency is the 360 Agency, Latina Black owned. And I've been where you are, looking for procurement opportunities and trying to understand how to play the game. And I'm so delighted and grateful to be where I am today with this panel because they know the code. They know how to get this done and they're here to empower us, enlighten us with that information, and really help us build and grow our businesses. Today, I stand in a position where I'm so grateful to my team and the company and the Fortune 500 companies that we're doing business with. We've been through the procurement, we've done the contract-ready stuff, but it takes a village, it takes knowledge, and that's what we have for you today, a lot of knowledge to enrich in you all. I want to start by saying a little bit about Maria. If you know Maria Salinas, you know that she has this incredible career. And you can read the resume, you can read the bio, she's done some incredible work in finance. And now you are the CEO and president of the Chamber of Commerce, the LA Chamber of Commerce. It took 130 years for a woman and a Latina to serve that role. And to do it successfully. And I heard of Maria years ago when I first moved to LA. I was a transplant here, and my mentor at that time had said, take note of the people you surround yourself with. There's this woman who's up and coming in her career. She's doing some incredible things with her position. And that was 20-something years ago. And true to her character and spirit, here she is today at the highest level of her career. And she's still giving back and using her position of influence to give us something. So that's not in the bio, but it's important to share about people. So thank you, Maria. No, thank you. It's important, right? We got to send that elevator down and bring people up with us. So this is what they're doing today. And then Darrel, as you know, Darrel is Sauceda is the chairman of the Latino Chamber of Commerce. He also owns a very successful construction company. Very, very successful. But he's played the game. He's played the procurement game, and he's got the code, and he wants to share that with us. And I know that you call yourself, a construction company, a developer, but I want to say this publicly and give you your flowers. You are a people developer. You are a dream builder. And you giving us your time is so meaningful because I know that it's part of your legacy, and I know that this is what today is about. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on. Well, yeah, you're excited about LA 28. You're excited about what you're doing over there. Share with us what's happening.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for the invitation, Darrel, and it's so wonderful to be here, wonderful to be here with you as well, and the conversation we're about to have here. To me, when I think of the Latino Chamber, I think you all know, these are my roots, right? Darrel and David know that. And for me, the Latino Chamber is part of the LA Chamber, partner with the LA Chamber. So a lot of what I'm going to be sharing this afternoon, know that your leadership is at the table with us. But in Los Angeles, you all know the Olympics are coming to LA in 4 years and 3 days. 4 years and 3 days. And I'm going to just start off by saying we have to be ready for those Olympics. As small business owners, we need to be ready to take advantage of all the contracting opportunities that are going to be available. And we need to be ready today. So I'm here to talk about an initiative that the LA Chamber launched. I do not work for LA 28, they're a partnering organization as well. But the LA Chamber launched an initiative called Get in the Game. And what we mean by get in the game, we mean that every small business should have an opportunity to participate in all the economic activity that is going to be available because of the Olympics. So I'm going to pause right there because it's not just the Olympics. You know that in 2026, the World Cup is going to be playing games in Los Angeles. And that's a huge opportunity as well. That audience is bigger than anything that we know. I think any soccer fans can attest to that. So there's a lot of activity happening, not only in the city of Los Angeles, but throughout the region. Whether it's just getting organized, if you see so much construction and building that's happening, the transportation systems, the airports, all of that is with an eye towards 2028. And when you think about all that activity that is happening, we think about the billions of dollars of contracting opportunities that are available today that will increase in their availability over the next couple of years. So our Get in the Game initiative, and I know we'll talk a little bit more about it, is really a call to action for all of us as small business owners, or really owners of any business enterprise, to start thinking about where do you want to be in 4 years when those Olympics are here? How do you want your business enterprise to participate in that? And when you think about that, think about what you need to be doing today, because we're 4 years away. If you're not certified, if you're not in the system that the city of Los Angeles calls RAMP, to get all this information, I mean, there's quite a few steps that need to happen in order for everyone to truly be prepared. So that's why I'm here to dive into more of that.
I love it. Thank you, thank you. And then we have an organization led by the chairman, Darrel, Sauceda, and we have some ideas about how to complement this opportunity. Get in the game, right? We hear the call to action. But what does it actually mean for the chamber and what you can do for the membership?
That's a great question. So, we've been in the business development business for over 3+ decades. We understand how the process works, and as Maria was saying, certification is one component to it, but if you want to be selected, you have to know how to write a winning proposal. From there, you need to have past performance, because it doesn't matter how good you are, past performance is the key to opening the door. So how do we get you there? So what the LA Latino Chamber of Commerce with my board of directors will be launching something called the Elite 300. That's a starting point now that we want to create a portal for small businesses, you know, in our greater Los Angeles, with our brothers and sisters of Orange County, the Inland Empire, to create this portal that we're introducing, and we're being very successful getting them to utilize this as well. So, again, like Maria said, that, you know, I don't know how to stress it out, but everybody around here that's a small business, my word to you is urgency. You know, make it happen now, because, you know, 2 years comes quick, and it's going to take you 2 to 3 years before you're ready to play with the big boys. You know, we're all successful business people, I understand that, but if you don't move with a sense of urgency, it's going to pass you by. I myself was a contractor working at the '84 Olympics, and it was pretty exciting. So I just say, you know what, everybody take it serious. Move with urgency, that's my word.
I love it. What I'm hearing you say is that the chamber, Latino Chamber, is making a commitment to have a portal, and you're going to help people understand how to qualify, and we're going to select, I've already inserted myself in there, we're going to select the 300 elite businesses that we're going to steward to this opportunity so that they can be considered as vendors, providers in the supply chain of these major opportunities. Yes.
Correct.
And that's an awesome idea and something really important. So I applaud you.
Let's get in the game, let's identify these 300 elite, and what we're hearing is that there's urgency. If you haven't been thinking about it before, and I know we're all in different places in our small businesses, but I hope you find this opportunity, this conversation inspiring to really think bigger as far as what you're doing in your business and how you might have a role in this opportunity. I have a question. Tell me why. Tell me why you're doing this, Maria. You're at the helm of, this powerful organization, one of the most powerful business organizations in LA. You're at the cusp of your success. Same for you, Darrel. You could be retiring right now and just enjoying that, sweet life. Why are you here today? Why is this important to small businesses?
I'll go ahead and jump in on that one. Definitely for me, it's professional, but it's also very personal. I used to work for the Walt Disney Company for many years and stepped out of that to raise my 4 little boys. And when I did that, I thought, I needed to still stay in the workforce, and I started my own consultancy in finance and accounting. Went through the process and worked my network and ended up getting a contract with Toyota Motor Sales. It took me a little while to really understand all the ins and outs, but that contract led me to have the opportunity to hire people, to put in systems into a small business, to really create an organization. When Toyota moved to Plano, Texas, it was an opportunity for me to reassess. Chamber came along, opted for the chamber. Coming into the chamber, I thought, how can we take those kind of learnings that are very complex about contracting and make that a priority at this table, at the LA Chamber. And so what we did is we reorganized our work around small business to just focus on 2 areas: procurement and access to capital. So today, if you look at what we do, it is very much focused in those areas. And even 5 years ago, we thought, the Olympics are coming, it was 2018, and we're thinking the Olympics are coming in 2028. How do we prepare small businesses today so that when the Olympics do come, they are already in the pipeline. They've already had experience in getting contracts and winning contracts. So that's how we started One LA. And Peter Fu is right here, who runs One LA. But that was the thinking behind that we would bring that capacity building opportunity to small businesses. And having seen how important it was, for me personally, to have the opportunity to grow a small business, to hire people. I thought, what better way than to have transformational change that families can grow if their businesses grow, and if we focus on procurement. So we're going to continue to do that. We've transitioned to now what we're calling Get in the Game, which is about capacity building, it's about access to capital, and the matchmaking process.
Same for you. Why? Thank you, Maria.
That's a great question. I was thinking about that as Maria was speaking. I believe this starts on with Maria's voice and with us being a part of the LA area chamber. I think that it's a great match for us now to make noise. But I think it's my purpose. My purpose is I was born in a rural area in the Creole Valley, and I really believe in family units. I think that in order for us to create generational wealth and neighborhoods, I think it's key for organizations like ours to be at the forefront, not just to bring them opportunities, but to create that generational wealth that's going to go from father to son to grandchildren, whatever it is, so that they're creating, another economy. So the reason I joined, I was able to, the supervisor nominated me to become a workforce commissioner, then I became the chair. And I believe the same thing is that I want to teach people how to be business owners and great employees and learn the ropes so they become an asset to our country, right? And it's just my passion. It's what I do.
Thank you. Thank you for your commitment. I want to add to that. The word small business for me sometimes lands like in a weird place, because even though we are small businesses, there's nothing small about what you're doing. You're investing in yourself, you're betting on yourself, and there's something a little crazy about being an entrepreneur, right? You believe what others might not believe, and you're taking that risk. And your dream is big. Your dream is big, and there's a pipeline and an opportunity to support you. It doesn't have to be alone. The resources are here, and there's a group of people who are invested in getting us all to the next level. I loved a quote that I picked up from Maria, and it's her, the quote was that she's the voice of business, and that she believes in fueling equity and financial prosperity. And we're in just such a powerful place as a community of Latino business owners and just bringing diversity of thought. And you have a role in LA 28. You have a role in getting in the game because diversity of thought matters to making the Olympics even better. And we talked about development and construction as some of the opportunities, but there's a full gamut from PR to party planning to the actual games. So think about what you're doing and how you might have a role in that and how it can be a game changer for you.
Yeah, and just to add to that point there, a lot of times people will ask, well, what opportunities are going to be available? And the answer is everything. No matter what you do, there will most likely be an opportunity available with regard to the Olympics. Think about all the visitors that are coming, all the different venues that will be used, and services that they might have. There's volunteer coordination, there's public relations, you name it, it's everything. But let's think about everything else that's out there. When we talk about, for example, Metro and all the transportation systems and work that is furiously moving. I think that is another avenue that's available to think about outside of just those 17 days. And then just to comment on the small business, in LA County, there's a study that the LA EDC did, and I love this particular metric. They talk about how about 93% of businesses have less than 20 employees. So you think about that, in LA County, of all businesses, that about 93% have less than 20 employees. Yet, the economy that we fuel is a global economy. It is an economy that is powered by so many small businesses that you can't ignore how important they are to anything that we do here in Los Angeles.
That's incredible. I didn't know that data. That is incredible. So I'm going to bring up the procurement word again. Being on the other side of being a small business and trying to go through the procurement cycle. Like, raise your hand if you've tried that and you've gotten lost in the process. Don't even go for procurement. We do it through relationships, and we do it maybe even the hard way, right? We strap it and figure it out and, incrementally build the business. We don't have to do that. With a combination of people who know how and who've done it before, and then through their advocacy, because it's also networking, it's also being in front of people and shaking hands and introducing capabilities. Tell us a little bit more about the formula, the code. I think everyone would want to know, like, besides being contract ready, what can I expect out of this 300 elite and getting ready for the game, get in the game? Tell us a little bit more about the code.
So, the code's quite simple, in my opinion, right? It's being prepared, I would say, prepare to fail, right? So I'm a big believer that if you don't prepare, you will fail, right? So how do you partake in these procurement opportunities is understand your customer. Not every customer is your customer. So when I'm doing business development, I research who am I going to go after, and are they a match for me? We talk about billions of dollars. I'm not sure if there's any aid contractors in here, but my membership mostly partakes in the specialties, right? So we don't build bridges and we don't build roads, so it's not that I'm not interested in it. The thing is that it's not a match for my membership. So when I'm out fishing, and that's the word that was taught to me by David Lazarga, I'm a big fisherman, right? We go out fishing, we fish for the family, and the family, what is it that we need? What are the needs for our membership is what I'm looking for. So our board of directors, we take business development very serious. We have serious partners that are, we want to close deals, and we want to bring a lot of people with us. How do we make that happen? It's make a commitment, call the chamber, sign up our cohorts of how to write a winning proposal. We go through the system of getting financially ready. Our chamber offers factory money. We have other types of financing that will make you legit, so that you're not stumbling or worried about how to get paid this week. It's the mentoring. Once we're done, we'll show you where to go. This is where you need to fish. We have a matrix that we developed at the chamber, and the matrix will tell you where you fish. Like, I'm not sure a lot of people that are of age here, seasoned, but we used to have a thing called a Peachy sheet, right? And the Peachy would go down here to here, that would give you the
Was that the beachy sheet?
Peachy sheet, right? They call it Peachy sheet? Right?
Anything else?
Not Peachy. Peachy. Well, you just go like this or like that, whatever you get together. So again, my whole thing is about, my whole tagline back to the basics is, I'm a boomer. So I remember the old days when you can talk to somebody, everything's portals. So how do we get our businesses ready to understand the portals? You submit them, and you need to do more than that. If you push the button, and maybe it didn't push, or the other one didn't get the button, that's a good way to lose contracts. Myself, it happened to me myself. We thought we did it. We thought we pushed the button, and they said we did it, and we did. So it's water under the bridge, so how do we move forward? So I think that, affiliating, now that we have Maria's commitment to be our partner and our voice, right? And I think that, and being a true business chamber that has small business that are, like somebody said, that we're the heart of business. We're not just we really contribute, that they need us to be successful. So I want to thank Lydia, number one, for agreeing to be that, and my commitment is to also make her successful so we can all become successful, so everybody's successful.
And I think that goes back to your question about the why. Being successful means you're making change and transformational change within your organization, and you're able to hire and employ people and grow and have different offices and contribute back into the economy. And it's not just the Olympics. There's something like $150 billion in dollars coming to California because of, for example, the Inflation Reduction Act that is focused on clean energy, on even the dollars coming from legislation through COVID. A lot of that investment, California always gets the biggest piece of those pies. And so we have to be ready to receive those, to be prepared, like Darrel said, and get in the game is largely about preparation. It's about giving information of if you're not certified, here's where you go. If you need to build a business plan, here are the free resources. Because the state of California, LA County, they have resources that are free to make sure that you're ready for some of these opportunities. So to have a hub where we can say, here are resources, here's where you go for access to capital. I know we have great banks that are participating in small business programs, but there's also CDFIs. So if you're not with a bank, there's a CDFI solution. Various cities have grant programs for small businesses. So what we're trying to do with Getting the Game is get all those resources under one hub, have partners like the Latino Chamber that can tap into that and then share it back out with members. Because you said urgency. I do believe that 4 years, we gotta be ready, like, now. If it were 5 years, I'd be feeling a little more relaxed. But you should also know that there's an advocacy component to this. Anytime I have an opportunity to speak with our elected officials, and everybody cares about investing in small businesses and knowing that they have to do more, that we cannot have these games without the participation of small businesses, but it takes commitment. It takes commitment on everybody's part to kind of create that slice that is going to say, we are going to commit that the city of Los Angeles is going to go for much smaller organizations and giving them an opportunity.
That is awesome. I got stuck at 150 billion. I don't know about you all, but I'm like, wow, that is incredible, and we have an opportunity to be prepared for that. I think, what comes to mind as, small business owners is the idea to live our dream, to even go bigger and greater, to create this legacy transformation for generations to come. And it's also to have a thriving community, right? And then that you're a huge advocate of having a thriving economy. When you have a thriving economy, your quality of life is different. And we want that for our Latino entrepreneurs in this room. So I think you touched on it, Maria, that it takes discipline, it's going to take work, there are steps, but if you commit to it, the opportunities are there. And it may not be all of those opportunities, but it certainly contract prepares you so that you are ready when those times come. You said something earlier that I was moved by, Darrel, and it was about your own experience and who got you contract ready, and the commitment that you made to that individual when you said, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to mentor you, I'm going to prepare you down this path. And here you are today.
I didn't know you were going to ask that question.
Yeah, it's a statement because it was so personal. I was like, wow.
That's what happens, right? Yeah. So you're right. I challenge everybody in this room here to mentor somebody and to help somebody advance themselves. You have knowledge, and your knowledge really goes nowhere if you're not reinvested in in your people or your organization. So I had a method to believe in me when I was just, kind of really rough. I mean, like really rough, I'm a really rough contractor, right? And all he said was, I'm going to invest in you, because all I ask of you is when you're able to help your brothers and sisters, that's all I ask of you. And he gave me all the tools. I traveled with him, and it's individuals like him that always brings you back to the basics. Always brings you back to why can't we all help each other, right? Why can't we all help each other? Why are we so worried about? I helped 4 other people become general contractors, but I'm not worried if it's just another 350,000 general contractors. I'm not worried about competition because, I have mine. And there's a lot of work, a lot of things to do, and I want to thank David Lazardo for believing in you. And just hanging out with him, even though I didn't understand a lot of stuff, but it resonated, 20 years later probably.
You have delivered. You are doing well and empowering the rest of the community. So thank you. Both of you, thank you. I know we're running out of time. I want to give Maria just the last, few words of anything you want to leave with our community of visionaries and entrepreneurs. I just love all of them so much because I know how hard it is to bet on yourself and to have a dream. And so, Maria, you see it all the time.
Yeah, I've been in those shoes too. So I've seen it, and Darrel knows that this is home for me from many years back. But please know that there are voices out there, and I would include mine in that, but I'm not the only one, that are really advocating strong with our elected officials, with organizations, with private industry to make sure that we do not leave small businesses behind, diverse businesses behind, women-owned businesses behind. You are the heart and soul of this economy, and we need to make sure that these opportunities are opportunities that are within your reach. So know that advocacy is happening. On the other side, I challenge you to do your part. Do your homework. If you don't know, where to find resources, call Darrel, so that when those contracts are made available and they're opened up, you're ready to get going. So, 2-part. One, I will do my part, and you do yours.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, 2028 sounds like a long time, right? Well, in reality, you have to remember, when they're doing Super Bowl, they're contracting you ahead of time. So that means 2027 is when you better be ready. And if it's going to take you 2 years to get prepared, to have the past performance, which 2 years flies very quickly, I'm encouraging everybody, urgency. If we leave this luncheon, one thing I'm going to say is, take it serious. If you want to partake in it, which is going to be humongous, it's not just the Super Bowl or the World Cup and Olympics. This getting prepared will prepare you for other things. I mean, there's so much work in billions. I don't know how much it is, but it's a lot of money. But anyway, county, city, everybody has a lot of money right now. So, taking advantage of this right now will get you prepared for other things, and then you might be ready for the big one, for the granddaddy.
Amazing. So getting in the game starts by knowing how to play the game, and that's what we have a combination of. Thank you so much for your gems of knowledge and wisdom and what you've shared with us. We have a question.
And Darrel, you led into my question here. What are 2 things that small business owners like myself could actually concentrate on? What should we be focusing on?
Depending on the industry that you're in, you can reach out to the chamber and we can assist you with putting the matrix together. Whether it be writing the winning proposal, whether it would be lining you up with our financial factory group, we have a lot of financial people on our board now. So we believe that we have put together a strong but mighty board. We don't have a lot of board members, but the ones that are there are very selected group, and we feel that those are the type of board members that are going to make it happen, right? So we will assist you. Just let us know. We can set something up the next month meeting. And we have our next event or next signature it's called Salinas, right? Which is it's a cool event, but it's in 2 weeks. Maybe we can talk middle of August.
And I would add, definitely, I think, Darrel, you probably agree, is the relationship building. You know, being like at events like this, it's so important to connect with others. But if I were to leave you with two, so one of them I would say, just even thinking just about the Olympics are going to be managed by the contracts by the City of Los Angeles. The City of Los Angeles procurement system is a system called RAMP, R-A-M-P. If you are not on RAMP, you should go look up RAMP and make sure that you're registered there. The City of Los Angeles has webinars and training sessions, because I'm like, it's complicated for you to learn how to do the RAMP process. But it's all going to start with there. So that's the easy part. That we can all do, like today. You might not get it done in one day, but go look up City of Los Angeles RAMP and make sure that you can register. And we could probably do another session, Darrel, where we could bring City of Los Angeles RAMP executives to come do like a webinar or training. That could be something that we could do. The second thing that I would recommend is access to capital is very important. You all know that. As business owners, you should have a relationship with your banker, a real deep relationship that they understand your business, they understand your business plan and where you want to go. If you don't have that today, I would highly recommend that is one of the most important things you could do. I'm a former director of a community bank, and I was always amazed at how many businesses came to the table that didn't have a relationship with the bank. And I can tell you, the banks want to get to know you. So I would definitely recommend that access to capital component include building a relationship with your banker.
Before we close out, I'd like to thank the sponsors that you mentioned. There are many sponsors here that are investing in small businesses, and we thank you on behalf of the Latino Chamber and the Chamber. We thank you, the business owners, the entrepreneurs that are in this room. And we thank the entire team of the Chamber. I know Anna and Olivia and many people who worked really hard to make this happen. There are 300 entrepreneurs in this room. There are over 1,200 people coming to the expo over the day. And that goes to show when you plant the seed, what can come from it. Today we planted the seed of LA 28. We planted the seed of getting in the game. And now you have a next step, which is to follow up with the portal. We're going to look for those 300 a week. And we have a commitment from Maria that we're going to use her leverage, her partnership, her commitment to really have an opportunity to move you to the next level. So thank you again. Please help me give them a round of applause for their time.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day.